I better... Gotta wear some socks today. Alright, let me get my socks. Yeah. Okay. All right. Alright, forgot my fan. It's like I don't want to make this unnecessarily hard on myself. Excuse me. Alright, so what is up? We're back in the saddle here. Back after Mesa. Mesa sprint. I didn't do too bad. Got a pretty detailed breakdown in the Discord. Where if you're not in the Discord, you should be. But, sorry, got schmutz in my eyes. It's alright, so race went pretty good. I mean, overall, it's about a minute slower than last year. About a minute slower than last year. Swim was about 10 seconds slower, which I definitely felt it on the swim. Because, I mean, I have not been consistently training swimming in months. So, I mean, I felt it. But I still went a 540, 400. So that's about 120. So I was like I was like around a one. I think I was a little bit slower than a 120 per 100. Well, I mean that also included running into transition. That's. I mean, it's hard for me to gauge exactly how fast I went. Well, no, I could. If I went back, if I reviewed my my Garmin data, I could probably figure out how fast I actually swam that thing. But, I'm sorry, that camera's gonna bug me. Camera's gonna bug me. Like, dang it, I'm already hurting. There you go, that looks much better. So yeah, so the swim didn't go near as planned, but it was fine. So first transition went pretty smooth, although I would have been dinged at a real race. Technically, you're supposed to not touch your bike until your helmet's on. I unracked my bike and didn't put my helmet on. But that was just a dumb mistake. This is why I like doing local races. Don't have to worry about stuff like that. But bike was about 10 seconds faster. So, I mean, I'm still basically where I was last time, which makes sense. Haven't made any real FTP gains in a year. And then I definitely paid for it on the bike, though. I mean, on the run. I definitely overbiked it. So, yeah. Definitely overbiked it. So, because of that, my run was about 30 plus seconds slower. But I was able to run the whole time. No stopping. No foot issues. Just overall, it was slower. Which, like I said, recovering from a cold. No training for 2 weeks. No, there's just a lot of issues going into the race. So, you know, I'm content. I'm very content with how I did. I mean, I wound up placing one spot better than last year, and I was third in a new age group. So, you know what? I really can't complain. Excuse me. But yeah, basically, the guy that got second in my age group, he was about 5 minutes ahead of me. And the guy that got first was like another 3 minutes ahead of him. I'm just like, yeah, I can't compete with these guys. But sadly, though, I didn't do the three-peat in the swim. I did legitimately get beat in the swim. But the kid was about 20. He was like 20 or 21. And obviously, he was a swimmer. It's obvious he was only a swimmer. Because he was not concerned with, okay. I'm getting major drops. I'm getting major connection drops here. Whatever. We're just gonna get through this one. Just push the pedals today. That's all we're doing. But anyway, so I went back on the, So before the race, I was like, yeah, I won this swim 2 years in a row. I'm just not taking any prisoners. And then the guy behind me was like, are you sure? I was like, yeah, I can go about a 5:30. He goes, okay. You know, he seemed perfectly content with that. So then, you know, and then I'm just thinking, I'm looking at this kid. He's wearing Swedish goggles. That's my first tip off. This kid actually knows what he's doing. Basically, any hardcore swimmer will wear Swedish goggles. You see all the different flavors of goggles at these swims. There was a guy actually rocking form goggles, and that's hilarious. I'm like, dude, it's only a 400. Do you truly need all those metrics for a 400 race swim? It's like, oh, come on. So, anyway. So right before, you know, within like 5 minutes of going, I just turned to him and I said, okay, hey, look, here's the deal. Just in case I underestimated you and you're actually a lot faster than I am, I'm going to stay to this side of the lane at all times. So if you're coming up on me and you're going to turn, just go to the right of me or go to this side of the lane, okay? And then I'm going to turn and then I'll go wide. I'll know if you're there. I will go wide so we can just stay in parallel the whole time. He goes, really? Oh, that's really nice of you, man. Yeah, he beat me. He passed me at about the 200. He passed me about halfway through the swim. And then we got out, got on the bike, and he was about a quarter to half mile ahead of me. I closed the gap instantly. And I was actually in first for the entire first lap this time. It took a full lap for the guy in second to pass me, which, that's a good accomplishment. Good accomplishment. And then I just started bleeding places left and right. So, but, you know what? The funny thing is, the guy that was in fourth in my age group, I beat him by about 15 seconds. We were chatting afterwards. He recognized who I was. He watches the Zoot live streams. And he was like, I feel like swim coaches should be exempt from these races. I was like, hey, that's all I got, man. I was like, you watch the stream? He goes, yeah, I do. I was like, sweet. It's always good to see. All right. A little bit higher cadence here. So yeah, it was. So, but I told him, I was like, look, dude, if we had another half a mile, you would have beat me. I did get faster over the course of it, because I started at about 8:45, then I went down to 8:30 for the second mile. That was about 8:15 for the last mile. And I'm just like, nah, there's nothing I can do to make myself go faster. I would wreck myself if I went faster. Not that important to me. Not that important to me. I mean, hey, if I would have been in fourth, I would have actually watched my dumb kids race. That was pretty annoying. No, they started... So the big thing about this race is that they have the Yeah, there's a huge drop right there. Is that they have the race. Race starts at frickin' 6:30 in the morning. It's like, look, the race starts at 6:30 in the morning. Why don't you do awards at 8:30? Do awards at 8:30. Finish the awards. Do them efficiently. And then start the kids race. So then all the parents that have kids in the kids race, because there's a lot of kids that have kids in the kids race, so then they all can go see their kid. What a concept. So anyway, that was my only real gripe about the race. But then other than that, it was a good time. Got to hang out with my old college roommate and his family. So he married a girl on the swim team, and all three of us have been super good friends, even before they were dating. So our kids and their kids get along super well. So they just have a good time. I played around at chess, got assassinated by a teenager. Dude, that kid whooped me. Within like 10 moves, he had my entire right side routed on the board. I'm just like, okay, what do I even do now? It's just like, yeah, whatever, this is a wash. I'll hold him off as long as I can, but it got to the point where I just conceded. I was like, look, I got a king and a bishop. So anyway, had some good tacos that night. Don't really want to talk about that whole debacle. Had a pretty big debacle over finding a location for all of us to hang out at. Anyway, that was a really annoying subject. I don't really want to talk about that. But overall, it was a good time. Glad I went on the trip. Drives weren't too bad. So right now we're at high zone 2. Yep, there's another drop. Man, I really wish I could figure out what is causing the consistent drops with this thing. That's getting pretty annoying. Alright. Going down 11 watts here. Anyway, so race 1's out of the way. Drop. Race 1's out of the way. Got second race. Got my second race coming up in about a month. So this is La Quinta. Alpha Tri-Win Series La Quinta, Palm Desert. So this is an Olympic distance, because I always try and sign up for one Olympic distance a year. So the Olympic distance for me is more of just an endurance challenge. Can I do the whole thing without walking to run? I absolutely do not go for place. I typically stretch out the swim Nice and long and relaxed. So basically this year, I'll have to see what the starting is. Because if it's just a beach start, I'll kind of position myself near the outside of the start. Because then I can take my time, pick my shot, and then get out. I've heard the swim is cold. Which still, for the life of me, does not make sense. It does not make sense that a pool in the desert in October, when it hasn't gotten cold yet, is freezing. It doesn't make any sense to me. But I'll just have to... The couple keys, if you're swimming in really cold water, is you have to let your body acclimate. You have to let your body acclimate. You cannot try and go out hard in the first while, or I guarantee you, you are, oh boy. Yeah, no. So the key to swimming in cold water is allowing your body to acclimate to it. Allow the water to get into your wetsuit. Allow it to warm up. Give yourself time because it's a shock. It is a shock. Anything below 60 degrees will shock your system. Okay? So because of this, what you have to do is you have to allow your body a period of time to adjust. How do you do this? Well, number one, what you can do is you can get in the water early. You can get in the water early. Allow yourself to swim around a little bit. All right, 3 minutes at over 100. So allow your body to adjust. Get in the water. Allow, just float around a little bit. Get some breathing in. Nice and relaxed. So then what you're going to do is just let your body adjust. And then when your body adjusts, then you can start picking up the pace a little bit. So nice, long, relaxed strokes. Nice, long, relaxed strokes. Allow yourself to just take nice, longer breaths. So then with that, you'll be able to really work. You'll be able to get your body moving, keep everything under control, avoid shock. Now, what happens if you start having a panic attack? What happens if you start going into shock? Get yourself off to the side, roll over on your back. If you are wearing a wetsuit, you will float. Don't panic. Just roll over on your back. Allow yourself to breathe on your back. Because I guarantee you, if I can float with a wetsuit, you can float with a wetsuit. keeps dropping. I don't know why it keeps dropping today. I don't know why some days it just drops like crazy, and then other days it's a pretty rock solid connection. Like I say, beggars can't be choosers. I just don't understand it. Alright. Almost done with this round. Alright, bringing it down. We're going to increase the wattage. It's going to increase at 20 watts. So yeah, that's going to be for the swim. Basically, overcome the cold, nail that mile. Nice, long, relaxed stroke. I am going to be pure distance gear all the time. Not going to focus on placing. So then after that, gonna be on the bike. Then basically we're gonna go uncomfortable on the bike, but mostly cruise mode. Not really gonna push a lot of ostensible power, but we're just gonna be nice and comfy, nice and comfortable, getting through the course. It's basically a big out and back. No loops, just a big out and back. So, with an Olympic distance, the run will take about 50 minutes to do. So, definitely fueling is going to be key on this. So the idea is gel before the swim, and then get another gel in first thing on the bike, gel at midpoint, and then gel at the end. So I basically do 3 gels. I might also roll gummies this year. I'm not certain. I think I got a round of gummies left. To add some supplemental carbs while I'm going. And then on the run. Oh yeah, I was gonna roll the high carb mix on the bike. Gonna have that on my back bottle. Just gonna have salt tab. I'm gonna take 2 salt tabs in transition before the bike, and then 2 more salt tabs before the run. I tend to run much better if I have a lot higher sodium count, but the main issue is with the bottles that I can only do, like, I can't do really thick drinks. So we'll be sipping. I'll be sipping the. Take a nice swig of the high carb about every 5 miles. My watch ticks off every 5 miles, so basically every 5 miles, take a drink of that. Then I'll have my front bottle mount, and then I'm gonna be running a 3-bottle setup this time. Basically, keep myself hydrated as much as possible, and then on the run, I'm gonna take my running water bottle again, because it's the desert and it's still not cold. Another drop. Come on. Quit dropping on me. Alright. One more. That should be about a 10-minute block. I think it's about 10 minutes. Yep. Yeah, so we did just peak our zone 2. Went into zone 3 right at the end there. So yeah, then the run is just nice and smooth. I want to try and hold, if I try and hold 8.5, if I can really hold 8.5 minute miles, I think that'd be pretty good for a 10K. I mean, we'll see if I can hold a faster pace if I take the bike a lot easier. Alright, about 2.5 in. 1/4 of the way done with this. I also love, so my work, I do structural engineering, but we do lots of theme work. So lots of trees. Doing a tree right now for a zoo, and the construction company says, hey, here's the tree we want you to design. We go, great. We design it. And then right at the last minute, we're about to finalize the plans, stamp the calc, stamp the plans. Okay, you're done. Oh, well, our shop says they can't really get it in. Okay. All right, well, what do you want? Well, we want to have this 5.5-inch tube, 5.5-inch pipe first. We want 2.5 or 2-inch extra strong, so the walls are much thicker. So you can get away with a thinner pipe, smaller pipe, but it's a lot thicker, better structurally than a standard 2-inch pipe. So we go, okay. And then he goes, oh, hey, we also knocked off these branches. Okay. All right. So then they go, Oh, well, we also... So I just wrote back, I was like, hey, look, when are you guys going to have, like, some real data for me? You know, aren't you guys going to change the look of it? You know, what are the drawings? Oh, we'll finalize the drawings. We'll get back to you. Okay. Completely different branch configuration. None of the branches we had before are on the new tree. I'm just like, okay, what the heck? So then I messaged them back, and I'm just like, okay, look, this is a whole new tree, man. I have to start from scratch. So then I was like, am I a go for a redesign? I need to make sure, because it seems like you guys don't have your ducks in a row over there. I need to make sure that I'm all systems go before I blitz through on this design, or else you guys will come back and be like, oh, well, we just want the old tree. I was like, and then the guy emails me back, oh, well, I can't make the decision. It needs to be another guy. I'll clue him in on the email and he'll make the decision. Who's on first? Yeah, 83 is uncomfortable for me right now. Oh, there's another drop. Jeez. Anyway, like I said, this is good exercise for me. I don't necessarily care that much about my place. I am intrigued by place. I am intrigued by time. I don't base my worth on if I do significantly better or significantly worse. That's something I've learned to appreciate as an older athlete. Cause, yeah, back in college days, I really did care about place. You know, I cared about times, cared about place. You know, I wasn't like psycho obsessing over it, but at the same time, I wanted to do good for my team. I wanted to do good for myself and wanted to make sure that I was, being a productive member of the team. But now as an adult, I'm like, oh, I went 1 minute slower than last year. Me. I'm okay. But also understand, I'm a data guy. I look at data. I compare things. And I just know my training this year was crap. So, the fact I only went 1 minute slower, actually not bad. Even though last year I did legitimately stop twice on the run and sat down and checked my feet. So that means I was still going a whole lot faster last year on the run. All right, 2 more minutes here, then a 5-minute ramp down. And then we're done. I got out here, I did the workout. Sometimes, that's just what it's all about. You get out, you do that run, you do that bike, and you know what? Even if you don't make massive gains, you're doing good stuff for your body. And that's, honestly, when all is said and done, when you're over 40, and the best I can look forward to, I got a free Chick-fil-A sandwich at the end of the race. When that's all you got to really look forward to, hey, you know what? If that's your prize money, it's okay. It's okay to not destroy yourself. It's not worth destroying yourself over a Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich. They're good. Don't get me wrong. That is a good chicken sandwich. But it's not worth getting injured, wrecking your body. It's not worth that. So yeah. Still enjoying racing. So kind of looking ahead to next year. I think I'm going to throw my son in Pasadena next year. We'll get him train on his little orange bike. and then I'll run the race with him because he'll be 5. He'll be 5 next year, or he'll almost be 5. I'll see if I can get him entered. As I'm pretty positive he can do the race. All right, nice cool down here. About 12 miles, not too bad. So yeah, last night I was pretty beat last night. So I didn't get to play Chrono Trigger last night. We'll play Chrono Trigger tonight. Gonna be doing Mount Woe, maybe Ocean Palace if I'm feeling frisky. Then Wednesday we're gonna be tackling the DLC from Dragonborn or Dragon's Dogma. And then Thursday, we're doing Rando Saturdays, because Friday and Saturday I'm off. And this will basically be the last vacation for the year. Not going anywhere for Thanksgiving, not going anywhere for Christmas this year. This is basically it for the trips, or minus my race in October. That's it. I mean, I'll take my laptop down with me. So we'll do a stream on Saturday down in La Quinta. Oh, come on, buddy. You're missing your amigos. All right, halfway through the warm down. All right, about 400 calories burned today. Probably be a little bit more accurate if I actually had my heart rate monitor, which I ran to the pool last night. Probably run to the pool tonight. We'll see how things are. No, I gotta take the girls tonight. Girls are gonna be swimming tonight. Finishing up the smooth cruise in the neighborhood. There you go. That's someone who's doing it right. They're with the crew. The run animations are so janky on this. The run just looks painful. Not gonna lie, I do wish I still had my treadmill here. Lot of technical stuff I could be working on. Oh well. maybe on a Saturday morning in December, I need to tackle the biggest and baddest route on this thing. You need to do that as a challenge. Because I got my half marathon challenge coming up. So I do that in about November. I just pick a morning and I run a half marathon. Just up and down the one of the big streets in my town. Man, Drop City. Okay. Yeah, I gotta get out of here. Oh, okay. There we go. All right, that's it for me today. Not too bad. No extra achievements. No extra achievements. Ooh, I got one more. One more for Get Fit 2. Oh, that's right. I gotta blitz through that one. Oh, must have been a box. Okay, well, that's going to be it for me today. So, thank you all so much for tuning in. Hope to see you much later tonight with some Chrono Trigger. So until then, my friends, good night, Isaiah Norris. Wherever you are, I'm out of here. Goodbye, everyone.